The high school hallway is empty now. Years have passed, but echoes linger, lockers slamming, sneakers squeaking, laughter. Some love stories don't end, they unravel, leaving a tangled mess behind. This is the story of Liam and Maya. It began here, where everything felt possible. They were the couple everyone admired, the headline, the standard. Their love was visible in every gesture, waiting by lockers, saving seats at lunch. It seemed simple, pure, but hallways hide secrets. They absorb tears, fears, and hold on to them long after everyone's gone. Some say you can feel the past in places like this, a cold spot where a heart broke, a warmth where a promise was made. Today, on Valentine's Day, the air feels heavy, every step a reminder of what was lost. A perfect picture can fracture in an instant. Love meant to be a beacon can become a warning. Their story started with a hello and ended in a silence louder than any argument. This wasn't a fairy tale gone wrong, it was real, and that made it terrifying. It was a slow burn, a gradual descent. Two people loved each other so much they couldn't see where love ended and obsession began. They held on so tightly they crushed what they tried to protect. These hallways saw it all, the beginning, the unraveling. They are silent witnesses to a love story that became a cautionary tale. Sometimes the echoes are warnings. Sometimes they're just memories. But they always linger. And so does this story. It started in chemistry class, junior year. Liam was quiet, sketching in his notebook. Maya was bright, her laughter warming the lab. A spilled beaker, a shared smile, their own chemical reaction. From that day, they were inseparable. Their bond was magnetic, deeper than holding hands or sharing milkshakes. They finished each other's sentences, understood each other with a glance. To everyone, they were perfect. Voted cutest couple before ballots were printed. They built a world of inside jokes, shared playlists, late-night calls. He left drawings on her desk. She left notes in his locker. They were each other's anchor in the chaos of high school. Their love felt like a fortress, strong and impenetrable. Teachers smiled, friends teased, parents approved. It was a picture-perfect romance, destined for a future together. No one saw the fault lines forming beneath the surface. When something looks perfect, you don't want to look too closely. You don't want to risk discovering how fragile it really is. Sometimes the perfect equation hides the biggest variables, and sometimes it's already starting to crack. Senior year changed everything. The future was suddenly real. College, scholarships, the end of their shared world. Certainty gave way to insecurity. Effortless love now required effort. Smiles became strained, laughter faded, jealousy crept in, a glance, a text, a question too sharp. Conversations turned into interrogations, each one a crack in their perfect world. They isolated themselves, thinking it would protect their relationship, but it only built higher walls. Arguments grew frequent and intense both in person and over text. Underneath it all was fear of being left behind, of not being enough. Their love became a source of anxiety, not comfort. Friends noticed the shift. Invitations went unanswered. Liam and Maya became an island, no longer part of the group. Friends tried to reach out, but were met with defensiveness. "We're fine," they insisted, but focusing on us became an obsession. They watched each other so closely, they stopped being partners and became guards. The cracks in the glass widened. The fortress became a prison. and neither of them saw a way out. Sometimes love can't save you from yourself. Sometimes it just traps you inside. Maya started a diary, her only honest space. At first, the pages overflowed with love. But as senior year wore on, the ink darkened, the handwriting grew frantic. The diary became a record of confusion and fear, a mirror reflecting a love distorted by control. October 12th. He got mad because I laughed with Mark in the library. He didn't yell. It's scarier when he doesn't yell. He said, "I don't like it when they look at you." It felt like he was talking about a thing, not me. Possessiveness was mistaken for passion, control disguised as care. Liam's jealousy grew, about her time, her friends, her thoughts. He needed to know every detail. Any missing piece was betrayal. The diary was Maya's only escape, but even there, his shadow loomed. November 29th. We had the best day. He apologized, said he loved me so much the thought of losing me made him crazy. When he looked at me like that, I forgot the bad stuff. "It's you and me against the world, right?" I said yes, because I don't know who I am without him anymore. The diary showed how her world had shrunk to the size of his approval. She was losing herself page by page. The words she couldn't say out loud became her only truth. But even in her diary, she was trapped. Sometimes the words we don't say are the ones that matter most, and sometimes they're the ones that break us. Love shouldn't feel like a secret you have to hide from yourself. But for Maya, it did. And that was the real heartbreak. The breakup wasn't a clean break, it was a shattering. A week before graduation, in the parking lot, their dream of a shared future collapsed. Maya got into her dream school, 3 states away. Liam didn't. The fear that simmered for months finally boiled over. There was shouting, tears, accusations. "You wanted to leave me all along," he yelled. For Maya, it was the final straw. She couldn't breathe anymore. "I can't do this, Liam," she whispered, and drove away. The end was messy, but it felt final. Maya grieved, but slowly reconnected with friends and rediscovered herself. The world opened up again, colors brighter, laughter freer. She was moving on, step by painful step. For Liam, it was a collapse. Maya was his identity, and without her, he was lost. He became a ghost in the hallways, unreachable even to friends. Desperation grew. He drove by her house, sent dozens of texts. "Liam, Maya, please talk to me. I can't eat, I can't sleep. Was any of it real? I can't live without you." His silence was met with hers, a silence he couldn't bear. The breakup left scars on both of them, but only one of them found a way forward. Sometimes letting go is the only way to survive, and sometimes it's the hardest thing you'll ever do. The end of us was the beginning of something else. For Maya, it was freedom. For Liam, it was a void, and the echoes of their love haunted them both. A month after graduation, Liam reached out again. This time it was a single, quiet message. "Can we just talk? Not about getting back together, I just need to understand." Maya hesitated, but agreed to meet him at a quiet park. She thought it would be closure, a peaceful goodbye. Liam looked hollowed out, his pain palpable. He didn't beg. He just talked about emptiness, about how nothing mattered without her. He spoke with a calm certainty that scared her more than his anger ever had. He wasn't trying to win her back. He wanted her to understand his despair. The guilt weighed on her. Then he proposed a pact. If we can't be together in this life, then we should be together in the next. He made it sound romantic, poetic, the ultimate act of love. He twisted their tragic ending into a beautiful, eternal love story. He wasn't asking, he was inviting her. Maya was lost. The lines between love, guilt, and responsibility blurred. He had isolated her for months, and now he was isolating her from life itself. In the quiet of that park, with the sun setting, she agreed. They made a promise, a pact. It was a dangerous shift from a broken relationship to a shared delusion. A final, terrible secret that would bind them together forever. Sometimes, love becomes a trap you can't escape, and sometimes it leads you into the dark. The promise they made was not about love, it was about pain, and it changed everything, forever. The warning signs were there all along, but we missed them. We saw teenage drama, not a cry for help. Possessiveness looked like passion. Control looked like commitment. We believed in the perfect couple, ignored the cracks. The aftermath was a shockwave. News spreading, families left with unanswerable questions. Why didn't we see it? What could we have done? The silence they left behind was deafening. Their story became a ghost story, whispered in the same hallways where it began. It's a dark reminder of what happens when love turns to obsession. The pact was not love. It was the tragic outcome of a toxic relationship. Emotions are powerful, but not always truthful. Jealousy is a liar. It turns love into a cage. Liam and Maya's story is a plea to recognize the warning signs. No love should cost you your world. If you or someone you know is struggling, please reach out. Talk to someone. Help is available. Silence is not the answer. Their story is a scar on this community, a lesson we can't ignore, and the echoes of their love remind us, listen and don't look away.